This is what the world actually looks like. At first, a frosted glass haze. Everything slightly soft, slightly flat, a blind spot. A place in your vision that flat out doesn't exist. A web of blood vessel shadows draped across everything you see. So why are our eyes this broken? And why does the world still look beautiful? The main culprit. Every single one of us came off the factory line with our retina installed backwards. Right here. This is the retina. Think of the retina like camera film. Its job is to catch incoming light, convert it into electrical signals, and fire those signals down the optic nerve to the brain. The way it should work looks like this. Photoreceptors up front, catching the light, then bipolar cells, then ganglion cells, then nerve fibers at the back, sending everything off to the brain. Like a camera where the film sits right behind the lens, facing the light directly. Clean, logical, efficient. But the whole thing got flipped. What we ended up with is nerve fibers first, then ganglion cells, then bipolar cells. And only then, buried at the very back, the photoreceptors. The cells that are supposed to catch the light are the last ones to receive it. That's like stacking 3 sheets of frosted plastic in front of your camera film. The light still gets through, but not without a fight. And it gets worse. Because the nerve fibers are on the wrong side, they still need to connect to the optic nerve somehow. The solution? Punch a hole straight through the retina and thread the whole bundle through. That hole has no photoreceptors, no light detection, nothing. And that's our blind spot. Then there's the blood vessels. In a properly built eye, vessels would sit behind the photoreceptors, out of the way. But because everything's reversed, they end up in front, casting their branching shadows directly onto the cells trying to capture our image. What a design flaw. Repair Mission 1. Fix the frosted glass. Turns out, the human body is a pretty brilliant engineer. And it made 2 changes. First, it grew cells called Miller cells. Tiny tunnels punched straight through every layer, guiding light directly down to where it needs to go. Light scatter drops to almost nothing. Clarity goes up dramatically. But that still wasn't enough. Out in the wild, vision is survival. So the body went further, carving out a specialized high-definition zone right at the center of the retina. This is the macula, 5.5 millimeters across. If Muller cells bring you to 1080p, the macula pushes that to 4K. And at the very center of the macula is a tiny pit, just 1.5 millimeters wide, called the fovea. Every single layer that normally blocks the light physically pulls aside, clearing a direct path straight to the photoreceptors. No frosted glass, no interference, just clean, unobstructed light hitting the cells that were always meant to receive it. Each photoreceptor gets its own dedicated signal line straight to the brain. No sharing. That's our 8K center, sharp enough to read fine print, read expressions from across a room, and catch every shade of color in between. Repair Mission 1. Complete. Repair Mission 2. Patch the blind spot. If there's a hole in our retina, why isn't there a hole in our vision? Start with the obvious fix. We have 2 eyes. Your left eye's blind spot sits slightly to the left. Your right eye sits slightly to the right. They don't overlap. While one eye has a gap, the other covers it. Like 2 guards standing side by side, each one covering the other's blind side. But close one eye, and you still won't see it. That's your brain. It looks at everything surrounding the blind spot, figures out what should be there, and fills it in, seamlessly. Red wall around the blind spot? It paints it red. Striped pattern? It extends the stripes. Photoshop's content-aware fill, running on your vision every second of every day. What makes this possible is that our eyes are never actually still. They're making tiny, unconscious micro-movements constantly. Each one shifts the image just slightly. Our brain stacks all of those frames together, and in the final picture, the blind spot simply disappears. Repair mission 2, complete. Repair mission 3, get rid of the blood vessel shadows. This one, the body didn't engineer a fix for. It didn't need to. The shadows cast by our blood vessels never move. Same position every single day since the day we were born. Our brain, faced with a signal that never changes, eventually stops processing it, filters it out, treats it like background noise. Hard to believe? Think about wearing glasses for years. At some point, you stop seeing the frames entirely. Still there, your brain just wrote them off. Same thing here. No intervention required. Repair mission 3. Auto-complete. Seeing the world as it truly is. Straight from the factory. No patches. No fixes. Was probably never going to happen. But the version our brain builds for us, it's still pretty worth looking at.